Well, hello and welcome to this weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Greek. And I have to look down the hall and make sure that nobody is here because I'm going to recommend to you an interlinear Greek New Testament. As a Greek professor, I have to be very careful because I could be judged for encouraging and recommending an interlinear Greek New Testament. My approach, just to lay my cards on the table, I'm like, wherever someone is, whatever skill level they have, I want to encourage them. So some people, that skill level is to have an interlinear Greek text where you have the Greek text and you have the English right above it. Certainly there's some problems in staying with the interlinear. We want you to grow and develop, but there's a new interlinear Greek New Testament out, which is really cool. It's published by Holman Bible Publishers. It's the Greek-English Interlinear New Testament. I'll say that again. The Greek-English Interlinear New Testament that has the NA28, the Nestle Aland 28, and the Christian Standard Bible, the CSB. If you're not familiar with the CSB, it's it's more of a functionally equivalent translation. And so similar to the NIV, but a little bit more formally equivalent than the NIV. So on the spectrum here, as we have the ESV here and the NIV here, the CSB is pulled back in this direction a little bit from the functionally equivalent, a little more towards the formally equivalent. How is this different from any other interlinear text? Well, I'm going to tell you. I was talking with the publisher when they were still working on it, and I made a recommendation to them that they took. And I have no royalties or anything from this, but I'm super excited what they did. Look at this. They created this little bitty plastic card that has lines so you can cover up the English lines of text. Is that not super cool? So in other words, for those who are using it as an interlinear but want to then say, well, I'd like to not be tempted to just look at the English word right underneath it, you just cover it up with this. Covers up multiple lines. And then at the bottom, something else they were already doing, I didn't recommend this, they have a rare vocabulary with some parsing help. So it's sort of like a combination of an interlinear and a Reader's Greek New Testament. And with this little card, you can turn it into just a Reader's Greek New Testament, covering up the English translation. Another thing that they did that I recommended, and excited they did this, was to encourage readers of the interlinear to grow in their knowledge, putting a series of charts at the end of Greek forms. And we allowed them to use the charts from our, Ben Merkel and I allowed them to use the charts from our beginning with New Testament Greek. Again, there's no royalties or anything here. We're just happy to see people grow in their knowledge of the language. But you can see there are pages and pages of forms from grammatical forms to help people who are reading this to grow in their knowledge and ability. So yeah, I'm really happy to commend this. This is my favorite Greek-English interlinear New Testament. By far, I love it. I love what they've done with this. It's really cool. I commend it to you. Again, it's the Greek-English interlinear New Testament. And we're going to have some sort of, as this video comes out, there's going to be some sort of additional information, I think, about giveaways and things that the Holman Bible Publishers have donated to us.